What's up YouTube? Jeff back again from dopetechdaily.com, and today I'm super excited. I'm bringing you guys an unboxing of the Huawei P10 Plus. Now I did import this from eBay. There's also a couple options over on Amazon. I think I got mine for about 800 bucks. I'll drop the links below if you guys are interested. This phone's not being sold here in the US. You can see some of the branding there on the front. Very nice packaging. It's being sold overseas. It does have all the US bands that you're going to need in order to use it here on T-Mobile and AT&T. I'll talk about that a little bit more in my follow-up video when I do a 24-hour impressions video. Let's go ahead and get right into the box and take a look at what we get inside. You've got a little bit of a seal here on the side. Go ahead and just cut that with the unboxing knife, and then the phone just opens right up, folds open like this. Very nice packaging from Huawei. You've got the phone right on the top there. I'll put that aside for a second. We'll take a look at the rest of the box. See what we got on the bottom here. Some paperwork, etc. inside here. Looks like maybe a SIM tool. Let's check out what's in here. We got a case. So this is going to be a really cheap case. It's a little hard shell TPU, but it's not going to be super high quality. You've got some information about the phone there. I might throw this case on there just for now to protect it, but I'll try to get a better one. There's the actual box. You do have a SIM tool in there. See, peeking through. I'm just going to leave it in there because I don't need another SIM tool. And down here, you've got headphones. These headphones don't look like they're super high quality. They're pretty similar to what you would see packaged with an iPhone or even a Samsung Galaxy phone. You have your charging cable, of course. You do have quick charge built in, Type-C, as is pretty much the standard these days. And then over here, I guess I'm going to have my power brick. As you can see right there, some Huawei branding, Huawei Supercharge right there on the power brick. And that's it. That's everything that's in the box. So pretty standard for a smartphone in 2017. All the contents that you would expect to be there. Plus you get some headphones, which is nice. And it was presented in a nice way, so shout out to Huawei, they did a good job. Let's go ahead and get into the actual phone itself. So take off some of the plastic here. And you can see I do have the black color of the P10 Plus. Now I've seen quite a few people unbox the P10 so far, but I haven't seen too many people getting the P10 Plus. I actually wanted to get the green color. I don't know if you guys have seen the greenery. That was the one that Huawei promoted quite a bit. I wanted to check that one out, but it's just too expensive right now, so I will eventually try to pick it up. You can see here, you just peel off this plastic. Now, one thing to mention is that there is a screen protector built in. I don't know if you guys can actually see it. It's kind of hard with the camera because all the light reflecting off of it. But there is a screen protector, which you can definitely see the outline, the borders of it down here at the very bottom near the home button right there where it's reflecting. You're going to want to leave that screen protector on, even though I don't like that because I hate having the screen protector on there. That's because there is no oleophobic coating on this phone, which is very, very annoying to me for such an expensive phone. I'll talk more about that in my full review. But you can see the Huawei logo, the Leica dual cameras. This thing's supposed to have an amazing camera. Type-C port there on the bottom. You do have a headphone jack, which is important. Fingerprint scanner on the front. Let me do a quick size comparison as I usually do in my unboxings. And then I'm going to actually boot it up and show you guys what the software looks like. Here's the Midnight Black OnePlus 3T. Both of these are 5.5-inch screens, so makes sense to compare those two. You can see if you look on the side profile, they're pretty similar overall in their height. They're also pretty similar in their width as well. And the thickness, there's a camera bump on the OnePlus 3T, but otherwise the thickness isn't too much different between the two. The LG G6. This is, of course, 5.7-inch, but it's got the 18:9 aspect ratio. I talked about the differences between 16:9 and 18:9 in screen size area in another video if you want to check it out. You can see that the P10 Plus is actually a bit taller, even though the LG has the quote-unquote bigger screen. It's also quite a bit wider. The thickness, pretty similar again. The P10 Plus a little bit thinner. The S7 Edge from last year makes a lot of sense to compare. It's also a 5.5-inch phone. The P10 Plus has a little more bezel on it, so it's a little bit taller. It's also a little bit thicker, and it's also a little bit wider. Not too much wider, but a little bit. The Pixel, also a 5-inch, Pixel XL, also a 5.5-inch phone right there. That one makes sense to compare as well. Put those side by side. Pretty similar in the height. Pixel is quite a bit thicker. And if we look at the actual width of the two phones, they're pretty similar in terms of width. Not a huge difference. The big one that I know a lot of people are going to want to see a comparison, the iPhone 7 Plus right here. The 7 Plus, very similar actually in style and build to the P10 Plus. A lot of people have called it Android's version of the iPhone. If you put them side by side, the iPhone 7 Plus is still quite a bit taller. It's one of the largest 5.5-inch 16:9 phones you can get. If you look at the width, the iPhone is a little bit wider. And if you look at the side profile, the thickness, very, very similar. So overall, the P10 Plus is a pretty standard sized 5.5-inch phone, pretty close in size to something like the Pixel XL or the Galaxy S7 Edge. It's a little bit smaller than the iPhone 7 Plus, which is pretty much the case for every 5.5-inch phone. I'm going to go ahead and now boot this up, put my SIM card in, my info in there. I'll give you guys a quick look at the software. Don't want to make the video too long. I will do a follow-up video with a 24-hour or 48-hour software impressions. So I'll be right back. All right, YouTube, we're back. I went ahead and put in my information, SIM card, got the fingerprint scanner set up, which is super fast, as you guys just saw right there. This is the Huawei P10 Plus. You've got a very nice wallpaper there. It is the Emotion UI 5.1, so it kind of looks similar to an iPhone-type software with all the icons on the home screen. You can change that by going into the settings and actually make a change, so it's not too hard to do. If you go to home screen style, drawer, and change that, you're going to get your app drawer. It's going to look more like a familiar Android phone, which is something that you might like if you're an Android fan like me. Overall, the settings menu here looks very similar to what we saw on the Huawei Mate 9, which I did a video about before. I'll drop a link to that below. If you go into the About Phone, you'll see that it's running EMUI 5.1 with Android 7.0 underneath that. I do have model VKY L29. This is the 6 GB of RAM, 128 gigs of storage variant. If we go into the storage and take a quick look, you can see you've got 109 gigabytes of 128 gigabytes free right as I booted up the phone. I haven't added any apps to this. That is insane. 19 gigabytes are taken up by EMUI 5.1. That's a very heavy operating system. That's more than I've even seen taken up by LG or Samsung with their software. So overall, things look pretty similar to the Mate 9 in terms of the overall settings. There are a few differences. The camera on this phone is supposed to be a beast. The dual camera with Leica. It should be fun to check it out. Looks like there's a little bit of bloatware, added apps to this, CNN there. Some of the Huawei apps, you got Flipboard. There's actually a few things that have been added outside of Google apps. A bunch of these are Huawei stock apps, which, you know, Samsung and LG add their own stock apps. You got Messenger added there for you, which I do use anyway, so not a big deal for me. Booking.com. So a little bit of bloatware out of the box, but nothing too bad. So anyway, so far impressions, I like the build quality a lot. The black is a nice color, but I do want to try to get my hands on the green because it's so unique. Doesn't show fingerprints too bad because it is matte, so unlike the Honor 8, which has got that glass back, you're not going to have a problem with that. It does have a nice feel in terms of the overall size. In my opinion, it does kind of look a lot like an iPhone. This is my jet black one, so the color difference is there, but it does look a lot like an iPhone in terms of the build quality, even down to the placement of the dual camera. But of course, it's running Android, and that's what really matters. The software is the very important thing. All right, so I will do a 48 hours impression video after I've had a chance to use it for a bit, talk about battery life, camera, performance. Let me know what else you guys want to know in the comments below, and I'll certainly look into it. Find me at dopetechdaily.com. Please like and subscribe if you enjoy my content so I can make future videos like this. I appreciate you guys checking out this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks a lot for watching.